everybody. I am Adina. You guys are Beyond the Veil. Happy, happy, happy Monday to everybody. Yeah, rock your body. Yeah, everybody. Rock your body right. Hey, Kevin. Happy Monday. How are you? It's going very well, Kevin. Thank you. How's it going on your end? For everyone who doesn't know where you are, where you have found yourself, where you have landed, you are now beyond the veil and you're with me, Adina. Nice to meet you if this is our first time meeting. And if not, good to see you again amongst the land of the living. I thoroughly enjoy Mondays too, Kevin. Mondays are one of my favorite days of the week, actually, Monday and Friday. Hey, Erica. Happy Monday to you, my dear. How are you? Beautiful. Enjoy the sun, Kevin. It's way too much sun here in Florida. It's too hot. Hey, JD Love Muffin. Hey, boo. Happy Monday to you, and how are you? It seems that there are not a lot of us in here today. I guess there's a lot going on. You just walked in the door. Okay, pour it up. I'm actually gonna have a little drink myself in respects to our compadres in LA. I'm gonna pour some red wine because red wine is what the people drink when they've had a long, hard day. And I've definitely had a long, hard day. I've been doing showings with my clients, taking them to see properties all morning long. I didn't get home until about 3 o'clock, and I've been out with them since 10 a.m. looking at houses all the way on the other side of town. So we're drinking this Cabernet, this barrel-aged Cabernet. It's the one that I opened before my sister brought me that K-Miss, and I forgot any other wine in my house existed. Where am I at? I pull up on Delhi, check the message right now. I don't know what that means, but I'm in Florida, and I'm at the house, so I ain't pulling up on nowhere. Anyways, if any of you are in LA, this is for you. Doesn't matter what race you are, what ethnicity, what color, creed. If you are in LA, I'm sure you guys are stressed right now. It's a lot going on. This glass is for the homies in LA. We drink in solidarity. Oh, you want to see the wine again, Crazy Handsome? It's tailor-made. This was buy one, get one free from Publix. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It is barrel aged, actually. Actually bourbon barrel aged. It's considered, it's vintage 2021. Made in California. The aroma is tobacco and toasted vanilla. I could definitely do more of the vanilla, but the tobacco is strong. Flavor is dark cherry and black pepper. Definitely taste the black pepper. Definitely taste the bourbon barrel that they use to age it. They said the finish is smooth, generous tannins. That is true. There you go. Trumpolina and Muscetta. Well, I first and foremost wanted to look into the situation in LA. I don't know if I'm going to look into it or just give a little oracle message to the homies in LA. Remember, this is my gang sign for the sleeves brims suit. This is my gang sign. Okay. So I'm twisting my fingers for the homies in LA. Okay. That's for the that's for the homies in LA. Okay. Y'all like how I twist my finger? Hold on, I'm crip walking in my spirit. Hold on. Oh, yes. Sleeves brim suit. I'm crip walking in my spirit every day of the week. Okay. If I if I got a real LA tutorial on how to crip walk, I told y'all the last time. If somebody from LA really told me, nah, cuz, this how you gotta do it like this, and I just sat there and figured it out, I wouldn't walk normal anywhere. Nowhere. Under nowhere would I walk normal. And I'd always have the straightest and most serious face. My God, I mean, somebody please initiate me from LA. Nah, cuz, this how you gotta do it, homie. This how you gotta do it, cuz. Yes, spiritual crip walking, because listen, if I could do it successfully, and in my mind I'd be doing it, but I just need somebody from LA, cuz, to show me how to do it for real, cuz, so I don't offend the homie, cuz. So I don't offend the homie. I'm from Florida, Josh. We Wu-Tang and do all kind of other stuff, but let me crit walk and it's over with. I'm never regular walking again. Never, ever, never. All right. I'm not going to do too much of a reading on this situation because I wouldn't know where to start. I've been out the house all day. I just found out about it like an hour ago when I finished eating and catching my breath. So I just saw that LA has riots going on. I hate to say that the pictures that the people are taking and posting on the blogs and the media are beautiful from an artist perspective. I hate the inspiration behind the art, but the art is beautiful. The pictures that they're taking are beautiful. I'm an art girl. I saw those pictures and my heart dropped a little bit because I said, "Oh." But then my eyeballs was like, "My God, who's taking these pictures?" Like, when did they time? And in the midst of the riot, when did they have time to capture the essence like that, then edit them like that? Like something in the milk ain't clean. Not the riots doing a photo shoot. I have no idea why they're rioting red pepper, which is why I'm not going to do a full spread reading on this today because I don't know. I haven't had time to educate myself. But I did want to pour a glass of the California Red and take a sip for the homies in California in LA. A sip of solidarity. Just a sip of solidarity. All right, let me get an oracle for the homies in LA. A message from the divine for the good citizens of LA. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, there seems to be a 2025 LA riot. Many of them weren't here for the 1990s riot in LA. Was it 93? I'm not sure if it was 93. My family was getting torn through by the feds, so most of the details miss me on that too. Um, However, The 1990s LA riots was due to Rodney King and police brutality. Here in 2025, just over what, 30, 2030, can't do the math right now, years later, here we are again rioting in LA for another group of minorities, and not just police brutality, but what they perceive to be government brutality as far as the ICE. That's what it is. They're rioting due to ICE, and the mass deportation of what they call undocumented citizens. Most High, when it comes to the citizens of LA, may I have a message from the divine for them, for the people. What message does the divine have in regards to the citizens of LA right now while these riots are taking place? Ooh, all right. Your hard work is paying off. This tells me, for one, this riot is due to Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans are the target of, it seems to be, the ICE situation in LA. LA has a large Mexican population, a large Hispanic population, Latin population, period. And I believe that the riots are due to them. I believe one of the signs that I saw was someone saying that we're not um, undocumented citizens, or we're hardworking, not illegal citizens, or something like that. And I agree with that. I think it is shooting America, it's shooting itself in the foot, trying to go after the Hispanic, Latin, or Mexican, or all, whatever Latin South America community. I think it's shooting them in the foot, and I would like to think that the government's idea is that we know that it's going to be tough now, but we're doing this for the long. Like, I think that they feel like, yeah, it's an adjustment now, but in the long haul, everybody will see the benefit. I also think that there's some racism involved in why ICE seems to be being weaponized against these people. With that being said, with this, your hard work is paying off. The spirit, since I asked from a message from the divine seems to stand with the people, because it's one thing to say, okay, you guys don't have documented citizenship, but then let's put that into context, because how long has this country have been making it very comfortable and welcoming for these people, and profiting off of their labor, their willingness, readiness, eagerness, and even desperation to take on such heavy labor that they do. You guys have been benefiting off of it for so long. It's just like what you guys have a history of doing with the slaves. You guys benefited off the blood, sweat, and tears and the labor off of slaves, and then abolished slaveries, but never paid these people not just their reparations, but fair wages. But you benefited wholeheartedly, and then demanded that we stay here so that we could be your slave labor, but then treat us so unkindly. It's the same situation here. Loving, loving, loving the Mexican and the Latin American labor, until somebody says, well, you know what? It's a new world and a new day. This world thrives off of technology. And so I can see where they're coming from, where they're like, well, we don't need their labor anymore because the world revolves around and thrives off of technology now. Even our food can be made in labs these days. And so remember, I did that reading and then I talked about Bill Gates and I read that excerpt from his interview. Did he or did he not? And I quoted him in his interview say that he foresees, he forecasts that humans will be obsolete in the next 10 years. That was a quote from Bill Gates that I read from an article where he was interviewed in on my live. So it should not be a surprise when these people start acting on the concepts and the plans that they have been working on for a very long time. The day that they got to do this has been a plan. The day that they no longer needed to rely so heavily on humans for things. The day where they can say we don't need humans anymore is the day that they've been working towards. That's the way that you solidify your power. When you see humanity evolving, they're like, okay, humanity is evolving, getting too big for its britches. So, how now can we maintain our power and control over them? By making them no longer obsolete. Now that humans are leveling up and becoming an upgraded version of technology, now we will remind them how obsolete they are, even as they've evolved. Even when they think they've been enlightened and become smarter and wiser and have caught up to our shenanigans, we will now, because in the age of Aquarius, yes, a human evolution was inevitable. And that's a problem for an elite few. And so the only way now to move the goalpost is to now move the goalpost. Humans are obsolete now because we have better technology. And the preparation to get to this day would be training their technology from studying humans. Siri, AI, as much time as we spend in Google and online just feeding their technology information on how to outhuman us, now they roll out AI things that have been trained from you, that we trained. And so what we see is a phasing out of humans. And it seems as though they're starting, at least in the US, with who they deem to be least valuable in this new age. Asians, and they don't bother them. They're savvy technology wise. So the US will benefit from them in the old world and in the new world, from their old labor, but also from their tech savviness. So they won't come after the Asian population here in the West. They won't even bother the blacks the way they're bothering the Hispanics because, well, I won't go into why, but they won't. They've been historically bothering us, and they already know that we're resilient enough. We're just not going to go anywhere. We go toe to toe with them. And so they have to kind of live with us. They don't have no choice. They have to live with us and bully us. But they can't annihilate us like that. And we're so powerful and lucrative. Yeah, nah. The influencers of the diaspora. However, in the pecking order of minorities in the West, I'm just saying in the West, I believe that they think that the Hispanic community is the least valuable because I believe that they feel like their labor, your hard work is paying off. They've only treated you kindly here because of the labor. But now that they are shifting, now that the world is shifting away, because we did just change ages from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age. That is a very technological age, a very innovative and tech savvy age, a very free spirited and evolved age. So if the Hispanic community has not been showing itself to evolve in academics and technology and economically outside of labor, then they'll start plucking them off, which is why Trump said you have to have like X amount of dollars and have this gold card, visa, or something. This is why ICE is coming after the Hispanic community like this. It's because as humans, as they are trying to make humans become obsolete, Hispanics in the West, I believe, in the hierarchy of it all, they feel like their labor has been the only thing that they've benefited from them for. Like they don't have a strong presence in the technology world. I don't believe, or historically they haven't. I don't know what the statistics are these days. Now that's just not to say that they're going to stop dehumanizing minorities. But right now, I do believe that they feel like the Hispanic community has only been good for labor, and we've shifted away from that because we're getting into a technological age where the world looks different now and it will continue to look different. A new start is coming. Again, I think that they've looked at the Latin community and looked on a grander level. The new administration got in and started figuring out, okay, where can we start cutting money from society? And we saw them doing that. Well, the next thing is they're like, okay, well, we spend a lot of money in social services and taking care of the immigrants that we've benefited from for so long. Thank you, Khalid. God bless you too. God bless you, Khalid. I think they're like, okay, well, we've been benefiting from the Latin community and we've been giving them a lot of social services. And then maybe I believe that Elon and his crew came in and said, okay, well, this is how it's been, but have you taken a look at the new numbers? The Latin community aren't thriving in, this area, this area, this area, this area. And it's actually now they're only, thriving in California and Florida and this location where there's a heavy population. So somebody, I believe, stepped in and said they haven't been holding their weight according to everybody else. Like, yeah, we've been in the past, we've been doling out a lot to them because we've been benefiting a lot off of their labor. But I believe the new administration and the new eyes that came in looking at the funds said, okay, well, let's cut it from here because don't we actually don't utilize their labor as much as we did 10, 20, 30 years ago, in the Clinton administration, things like that. And so he thought, okay, well, then let's start cutting off the funds that we usually allocate to them because it's not as lucrative anymore to house them and to keep them comfy here. We only did that so that they work and be our slave laborers. Um, but now we've moved away from that type of workforce. And so that's why a new start is coming because I think that's kind of where they think that the value of the Hispanic community has plateaued. Your commitment is being tested. And this is why they're doing this to the Latin community because they want to say if you want to be here, step your game up. Now this isn't me. I think this is the government saying if you want to be here, you have to, and they did say this, you have to have money. You have to contribute some way because they're trying to find ways to cut money that they've been allocating to social services and humanity services. Now it's like if you don't hold any value here as a people group, then you can go unless you want to stay here and then you can run up a bag to stay here. But it's a larger level of how they shook down the industry actually because celebrities felt this first. The celebrities felt this first. The only celebrities that will be having issues are a part of the old guard. And the ones who benefited from the old guard, but now that there are new sheriffs in town, those who didn't kiss the ring or those who weren't given the opportunity to kiss the ring are on the shit list of this administration, and we'll see them fighting for their lives. Celebrities got it first because they're always the influencer. Then now we see, okay, if you guys haven't been, holding your weight according to what we've been seeing where we've been allocating money, if you haven't been showing us why we should continue here, then X, Y, and Z. And we're shifting to a more technological world. We don't need your labor. We don't need your field labor anymore. We got people living in container houses, so we don't like once they, and I'm sure that they have the technology already to start replacing a lot of the jobs that these people did. I'm not talking about everyone, Kiko, and your family. You said you guys did it legally. So, yes, illegal is the key word. I believe that there was a lot of money going allocated to even supporting even undocumented people simply because of the labor that they did here. We benefited so greatly from it. They're like, sure, they can stay. We don't care. Now that we're in a different age and era where that labor isn't valued the way it is anymore, now it's like, now we care. You want a small home, JD? They're everywhere now. They absolutely are. They absolutely are. I didn't want to say that because Kiko seems to be really confident that doing it legally is the right way, but I believe that if legal people weren't at least concerned, then LA wouldn't be rioting right now because you can't pay me to believe that everybody that's a part of the riot or that's invested in it is illegal. And then think about the fact that you may came here with, your whole family. You may be legal, but your cousins, your abuela, your tia, your tío, they may not have gotten it done the same way you have. And so who's to say, y'all might be living in the same house or the same neighborhood. Who's to say you ain't chilling one day enjoying your legal status and they don't come round up your whole family? What good is it now for you to be legal when you're the only one here? When everybody else that was here with you now is on a truck and being forced to go back after 20, 30 years of giving hard labor and being made feel like they're you safe. You've been working here. You've been paying taxes. We've been letting you run businesses here and doing all these things. But now that we don't value you anymore, y'all can go, including the ones who got papers. Don't trust. Listen, talking about we got papers. We're here legally. I'm black. Let me tell you, in my most nigganese of languages, they don't give a fuck. Listen, take it from me, Kiko. Because I know some of y'all think that your proximity and coloration makes y'all different. Take it from me. They don't give a fuck. Never gave a fuck. Ain't never gonna give a fuck. Never. Because if they did, they wouldn't have welcomed y'all over here in the first place, made it nice and cushiony for you to stay here, make money, and then overnight. How could you feel so safe? How could you feel so safe? Because you got a paper. Come on now. Slaves had papers. Slaves had papers. You think massa was just going to care about a piece of paper when nobody wasn't around to check them and their power? Tuh. You know how many children are gone missing from this country that was born here? White children, black children. We ain't even talking about immigrants. White children, black children missing. They got birth certificates and social security. These people don't get no flux. Yeah, I ain't mad at you, Kiko. I just don't want you to be delusional about yourself and your piece of paper. Take it from me, my people, historically, the original human beings. We know a lot about these people. We've been dealing with them since their inception. They don't give no fuck. They'll sell you for a fork. They'll sell you and your papers. Listen, they'll take your paper and sell that too on eBay. Okay. Sell sell the ink that was used to write your paper on. They sell that at Staples. What that mean? You know, a pimp say everything got a price. In real estate, we say everything is negotiable, honey, on down to the fixtures. I just did a contract today, and you know, you literally have to put that the sink can stay or go. Because if you don't, you know, certain stuff like that, like you literally have to be specific about what can stay and what can go when you sell your house. Because of people be like, well, I took all the fans down because, I mean, or the fans are mine because you didn't say I can keep them, or the dishwasher that you just got installed. That's mine. I'm taking that with me. And the people be like, well, no, you didn't put that in the contract. So that comes with the house. The ink, the paper, all that's for sale, sir. All right. So that's the message to you all. Argue with the spirits, not me. Now I actually want to see what's going to come of these riots in LA, or at least what's the energy surrounding them. We sure did. We had paperwork. Listen, we had a whole kingdoms in our own country. You think they gave a fuck when they brought us over here? You talking about a paper, and they shipped us from our house. We was free in our own backyard, and they shipped us over here and put a price tag on us when they did it. You think they give a fuck? Oh, Kiko Po, baby. You must be two. You must be 2 years old. You must have just been born yesterday, because you don't you seen this. You see. Cheers to delusion. If only I could live in that kind of delusion. Then I wouldn't need to smoke marijuana for my anxieties. Might have been sold by my own family too, but they ain't selling me now, Patrick A. McGuire. Why is you even here? You were sold by your own family. Deal with it. Do I look like I'm sad about some shit, Patrick A. McGuire? His, listen, that was a colonizer in here mad. They be mad. Listen, I was sold by my family. You might have been bred by yours. Lesser of two. I mean, we ain't none of us perfect, okay? I mean, at least I ain't gotta say Uncle Daddy. You look like you do, Patrick. Uncle Daddy. Listen, they might have sold me, but shit, I'm not expected to breathe with my Uncle Daddy. Breathe with my Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy looking ass. This is actually a dress. Thank you, Jonathan. Oh, thank you. My family sold me. And when your family dies out, if it doesn't get any melanin in its line, in its lineage, then my family still might be selling each other long after yours has died out. Get some sun and stay strong, Patrick. We'll be around to sell each other from generations to generations into the future if that's what we should choose to do. But unless one of us procreate with you and put some of this lifetime in your bloodline, then you won't even be here to know. You won't even be around to see it. Now you deal with that. Monday is my favorite day of the week after Friday. So listen, I'm in great spirits. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, I just want to take a small peek into the LA riots that are currently going on. What's the energy surrounding them and how will they end? Will they keep lying to myself? Paula Dean, do I look like I tell lies and fallacies? You don't have to bribe me into saying that. Jonathan, I love you even if you don't subscribe, my dear. Y'all just tell y'all troll cousins to stay out of here and I won't come for your whole entire existence. Because I'm not playing with y'all, okay? This is Mother Earth. And she will be respected. And so will the minorities in here. This is a minority reading right now. So don't come in here upset, foaming at the mouth, like beasts of the wilderness. I will check your nature. Not you, but your nature. I will tell them, beast, sit. Sit. Heel. Good boy. Beast, sit. Laughs and goddess. All right, Spirit. These LA riots. What is the energy surrounding them and how will they be resolved? Am I 20, Jonathan? Actually, no. I'll be 38 this October. I was 20 almost 18 years ago. I do, Sung Jin Woo. I do have a very wild and creative mind, Sung Jin Woo. You know, it's so funny that you pop up in here because I was just thinking about my subscribers earlier today and I was like, I wonder why I ain't never seen no Asian subscribers, no Chinese or nothing in here. And here you go, Sung Jin Woo. Thank you for being the first of your kind that I've noticed in here. I am so happy to see you in here. I called you. I called you to me with my mind, with my telekinesis power. What answer don't I want to question, Kobe? Thank you. I am really young, Jonathan. I don't know on what earth somebody said 30-something was old, but I am really young. Thanks. Hey, Yamaguchi. Thank you, Jonathan. You're so kind. All right. LA riots. Well, they've gotten fiery. Who started this? Who started these riots? Somebody set this off. Somebody set it all off. One person set it all off and they meant to. Somebody said, let me start a riot, and they did. Don't know why yet, but somebody said, let me start a riot, and started one. And won't, Shakita, won't. What is that on my chest? It's called a dress. Jonathan, my trigger finger, don't be weird in here. This has something to do with obvious policy in the Trump administration, probably him and Elon launching that. Listen, just like I said, they launched an investigation, that Dodge, when they start looking around to see what money they can cut off from the humanities and then siphon into their space wars. They hit up the Mexicans because they said we're not benefiting from you guys anymore. So all the money that we've been spending to allow you guys to stay here, Let's come for it. Whoever started the riots were done to, I believe, trigger. Now, hold on. Now, here's Trump in the past, the magician in reverse. I feel like the Hispanic community may feel like they did not get what they thought they were going to get from Trump. I also think that Trump not only rigged the election, but the reason for him launching this ICE mass deportation is not. I think what I'm trying to say here with this magician in reverse is that we got a different version of Trump this administration. I know some of you may be thinking, well, he was always horrible. This version of Trump is sold out to the elites. The first time around, he was not. He was trying to do his own thing that he felt like he was doing the right thing to do. And he was trying to drain the old swamp because those people could come for him. So he ascends to a powerful position, and then he starts wielding his power. He comes for all the people who could come for him. Well, he failed at maintaining the White House, so his ops came for him. But then they failed at maintaining the White House, so now he's back in and he's coming for his ops. But there's a difference this time. For one, I do think that Trump is punishing everybody. Now, the American people for hating his guts, supporting, I believe, trumped up charges. I believe a lot of those charges were trumped up because I don't believe he does things that other criminal politicians don't do. Um, no, I'm not MAGA. I'm sorry. I'm not MAGA. Um, I think he's coming back. I think he's punishing the people. I think he's saying, like, I tried to do things a different way before, but now, in order to get myself out of this jail situation that he was facing, he had to sell himself and the presidency to the higher bidder, or the person that was wealthy enough to control keeping him out of jail and things like that. I do, though, believe that at first Trump wasn't happy about having to sell out to Elon, but then he said, F it, because these are the same people who would torture me if they could, so F it. Now I'm going to be the bad guy, the real bad guy. And so I also believe that he doesn't have that much say, so I do think that he is in on a lot, but I also think a lot of things he has to go along with because it's a part of him getting the presidency and not getting presidency. This tells me that Trump sold out the United States. I could go and keep trying to find out specifics, but no. This in the past tells me that this presidency that he got, he sold out the United States to wealthy people. I did not say that he did not win. When did you hear me say that he did not win by a large majority? Please do not come in here arguing politics with me because this is going to go over your head. This is bigger than sides, okay? Which is why you're not going to be in this conversation anymore, because this is beyond that. I need you to look at this from a bird's eye view. That might be difficult for your level of consciousness, so I just block you. This is for people with intelligence and wisdom. It's okay for you to leave now if you start getting triggered by something I say, because I don't endorse anybody but me. I do say I don't care who won by a popular majority. I said that I believe your president sold out the U.S. I'm not talking about how he got into the White House. I'm talking about once he got in there saying, here. Here's the White House I owe you. Chat isn't lacking today. It's the topic. If I was talking about Ray J, we wouldn't have these type of trolls in here. But when I talk about things like this, I get the annoying ass trolls. So I move right past them if you can. If you can ignore them, then I can. Phoenix is here, so she's a mod. Near future, I don't think ICE is going to back down. This riot is going to not cause ICE to back down. If that's what they were trying to do, if anything, I see that this may trigger them to pick up a whole bunch of people. Like, oh, y'all want to riot? Y'all want to tear up LA? Because this is a chariot. And they've been loading people up and deporting them. Chariot, transportation, deportation. This may trigger the government to say, oh, y'all want to play? Okay, let's play. Let's play. I'm just going to say this is the wrong administration to protest, march, all that. Wrong administration. Wrong administration. I'm telling you, this is a very Aryan administration. They do not give a flux. That's what I'm saying, sexy sassy. Okay, whether y'all voted for him or not, the presidency was going to be. And even if Kamala won, it still would have got overrun. Still would have got overrun by another powerful party behind that really runs the seat. I just don't get how. Did y'all not watch Scandal? I could have swore everybody watched Scandal. Y'all know how this works. Mexicans, be careful. Especially in LA. Y'all be careful. Because these riots aren't going to do anything but make these white men say, load up the trucks and the chains. Let's get these people out of here because they're tearing up our cities. Free Palpatine? Gonzo, I'm sure you meant Palestine. But I'm sure the Palestinians would also like for you to free them and not Palpatine. I bet, Lex, they nervous here in Florida too. Because, oh, Emperor Palpatine, I thought that was you trying to say Palestine. Okay, free Palpatine, whoever that is. I went to go and get a new copy of my license because I lost it. And I ended up in the DMV for 4 hours. 4 hours. And I still ended up not getting my license that day because they had to close. It was full of Hispanic people, I guess, trying to get their paperwork together. And so the first thing I noticed is I was like, oh, they are shook. They're shook. So I agree. People are nervous because I've seen it in the offices, the license office. It was packed 4 hours. I'd never been in there that long, and I still had to go online and order it. Take care, JD. Where you going, JD? JD, where the hell you going? Appointment set months from now. Yeah. And I actually didn't. I don't even think I had an appointment. I walked in, but yeah, I've walked in before and never waited, had to wait 4 hours, and still, I was there until it closed, and then I just ended up leaving because it was like going on 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I got there at like 3:30, and so I ended up having to order it online still. So yes, be careful, you guys, because they could be um, retaliating and then saying, okay, now we're gonna really gear up and do some mass deportations, like coming to get you guys. Be careful in LA. Now this would be ICE. However, I'm gonna say that whoever thought that these riots were a good idea, I feel like I get your intentions, but this is this isn't gonna have the outcome that you guys wanted it to have, because this is the wrong administration to riot with or protest. They don't give no F's about none of them civil rights era um, resources and tools. They don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing about that. I would say there's only one approach for this group of people, this type of people, but I can't say that here. But I'm just going to say, look to history to know how to handle things this time. And it's not protesting, it's not marching, ain't none of that. Set the National Guard down to attack. Yes, this man will act with force. He don't care nothing about them protests. I'm going to say look to the past to know how to handle the present and the future. And that's all I will say. Those who have ears to hear will hear. And those who have understanding and wisdom to be gained will understand. Look to the history. That's why they don't want history being taught, because they don't want you to remember and then know what didn't work then and what needs to work now. And I ain't talking about civil rights history. I'm talking about a way beyond that. And if you are a minority, you can no longer afford to negate the old gods, your ancestral spirits. They did not abandon us when we were dispersed. They followed us and then taught us how to maintain our our rituals with them, just in our different environments. As long as we continue to shun our divine parents as brown people, sun birthed people, then we are spinning around and 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 around, but just spinning around and around. I ain't said, I'm not even speaking of religiously. We don't even have to all become super spiritual and religious, but in remembering who you were, you can remember who you are. You can't look at who you are today and say, that's who I am. You have to remember. Like in Wakanda, I need you guys to drink some of that ancestor juice and go to the realm of the ancestors and speak to one of them so they can remind you of who you are and come back empowered. We are a very portally people. We are walking antennas and conductors and portals. We can't separate ourselves from our power source. If you unplug it, if you unplug the lamp from the socket, ain't no light coming out of it. We have to be plugged into our power source. As long as we are not, we will continue trying to find all of these. Oh, let's try this. Oh, let's try this. Oh, let's try this. Let's vote for this person. Let's get behind this legislation. Let's get behind this politician. This person looks good. This might work. Let's pull our money. We have to have it. We have an instruction manual to how we work. There's an instruction manual to us. And we're repeating cycles that we can break. But we'll continue to just get frustrated about why we are fighting windmilling the air. So below, even currently during these deportations, they're watching. You guys be really pay a lot of attention and be very careful in LA right now, even while these riots are going, because they're watching. And the administration they're not afraid to use force. They don't care about being political or diplomatic. They barely seem to care about being constitutional. Wrong administration to do this riot stuff and think it's going to have them shook and give power to the people. Wrong strategy. Wrong strategy, because this don't work for this administration. So you got to try something else. This was triggered. Somebody said, let's start some stuff in LA to show those people that we mean business. In between some of the illegal immigrants that they claim that they're deporting, there will be some who are supposed to be clean. Once they really start picking up people like that, it'll be hard to tell. And at the time, they won't care. By the time they round you up and figure out all your legalities, it'll be so hard to get back here. Ten of Pentacles is the outcome now. That to me tells me that the concern will be maintaining LA. So they won't let you guys riot for too much longer. And this Ten of Pentacles, they'll be taking whole families. They will take whole families. These riots will piss them off. And I'm so sad that Kiko is no longer here. I don't think he is, because, listen, I would love to say that you having papers might help. But no, not with this administration. This is a very Aryan administration. And I know some of you Mexicans are like, what does that mean? You should know, because you're a minority. Some of y'all don't know, though, so I'm going to tell you. White power. That's what it means. White power. And no, this administration is not going to look at your skin and say, because your skin looks like mine, we are the same. I can overlook your last name being Lopez. That ain't going to work with this administration. Very sad situation, because I sense in my mind a whole population of Latin American people who think that they're safe because they have their papers, They are good law-abiding tax. I'm talking about the South Florida ones that I know of, because they can be very bourgeoisie, very power hungry. This administration, I think even they may be in for a rude awakening, because Trump said you need 5 milli to live comfortably here, or else I don't know. I don't know. I might just close my eyes and pick one of y'all. He said 5 milli, or you're going in the bucket where I just choose names randomly. 5 milli. That's the stand price. If your name ain't Jackson, Williams, or any of those founding fatherly names. I don't know what administration I'm speaking of. Of course, you are speaking of the Biden administration. Did I say anything about the Biden administration, my darling? You talking about, of course, like you just had an aha moment, like you figured it all out. You're still 2 lifetimes behind in understanding. If you think I'm talking about pro anybody's administration, when I'm talking about the system itself, the beast itself, you're going to need 2 more lifetimes before you can catch up to this conversation, baby. Poor thing. So many people trying to hang in this chat, but lack so much understanding, so much basic understanding. That's why we have that's why we have the conditions in the world that we have, because while y'all was out YOLOing, y'all just got aware about world events. When Trump became president the first time, y'all just start caring about this kind of stuff. Then talking about, oh, I see what you're talking. No, you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know. Dios mío. Ooh. No, but 2020, I think so. SB. 2020, it did. Ten of Pentacles outcome. You guys' president, or you guys' real president, it's not happy about these riots because of the ICE situation. Elon, I believe, is having a temper tantrum, and I believe he will say, "Cue up the trucks, go get them, boys." Notice I said Elon. The real dictator is Elon. I think that they will match fire with fire. There will be no, okay, LA, we understand, we heard you, we're sorry. None of that kingdom. I know how to make it, JD. If there are fires going on right now, I hope nobody sets any fires or no fires catch and spread. That may be a concern, which is why they may be like, let's shut this down and lock everybody up. I just want to say that you guys be very careful out there in LA, because this administration does not mind being just as petty as you are. Nope, don't need no more fires. That's a concern about these riots. They don't mind coming in with the guards. The Chariot. No, there's going to be a concern about, no, you guys just be careful out there in LA, because I think that they might be like, send them boys in there and shut this down before they get too out of control. And then after they shut it down, Round them up. Let's get those thugs out of here. Y'all be careful. This might be the reason why these riots are happening. They might want to come in there and lock all y'all up while y'all trying to be low key. They might have triggered these riots, started it for y'all. Now they got a reason to come in here with a vengeance against y'all and round y'all up, talking about y'all started a riot. Meanwhile, it was a white man with a mustache and a taco and a Mexican street corn in his hand and a sombrero, talking about on delay while he start a fire. Y'all listen. Be vigilant about yourselves, because they be laying traps for you all the time. They see how the people were reacting, sticking together when they even start speaking about these deportations and ICE raids. Oh, but a way that we can get people to be a little bit more empathetic about it, though, is if we trigger a riot. Make you guys tear up these good people town, get them scared. Then the people will understand if we come in here and round y'all asses up. Then we won't have to worry about so much backlash. I just want y'all to be careful. And what riot has successfully, since the civil rights era, changed legislation? Y'all got to understand that different strategies work for different times. But if you still, working with 1963 strategies in 2025, you bound for a failure. I know y'all don't know how to fight. How do you wage a war like this? How do you fight a war like this? Like your grandparents did when they didn't have half of the technological advances that we do now. Talking about protests. And any of y'all black ass leaders that's been telling y'all, and I say yes, y'all, because I don't get involved with them, polys or ticks. I heard ticks itch. They come with fleas. So I don't get involved with the ticks or polys because I'm a monogamous girl. So I don't be poly or nothing. I pass polygraph tests, so I don't poly or tick. But all y'all black ass delegated leaders who be telling y'all to march, protest, use hashtags and shit like that, selling y'all dreams and fallacies while they sit up in them office behind them cherry wood desks with their feet propped up, smoking cigars and getting head. Insider trading and all that carrying on, and then gonna look at you and your plight and tell you to protest and put up a hashtag and riot and hold hands and march while they sit up there in the same hallways with these people that be writing the legislations. They be hearing it coming from down the hall. They be hearing them cackling and plotting on y'all ass down the hall. They work with them. You mean to tell me all these caucuses, delegations, and cookouts stay got in the government and all they come up with is protesting? That's all they could tell y'all to do to get some change. Oh, oh, oh. The next one finna get y'all worked up is that Jasmine girl. She finna neck roll and bash tag Trump all the way into, what was that she now finna try to run for? And y'all finna put on right in there. But she been in Congress with all that She in Congress now, ain't she? She something like the child. Y'all like, yes, Jasmine. If can't nobody else do it, you can. Y'all been saying that since forever about everybody with a bust down and a swoop bang. Y'all say that about everybody that know how to do the Tootsie Roll and the electric slide. Oh my God. All the bitch gotta do is put on a lace wig or sang a little song that y'all like these days or say something bad about Trump and it gets the people's going. Y'all just be like, yes, President. I'm reading her right now. I'm telling y'all. Y'all like, listen. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Y'all just be careful out there, LA, because y'all got the administration that ain't on what everybody else been on. They ain't on that. We'll just try to de-escalate. They like, nah. If they on demon time, we on Satan time. So be careful. I don't want to read her. All right, Ray J. I want to read her. I'm sick of reading bitches for filth, and if I read her, I'm gonna read her for filth. Then I'm gonna end up reading y'all for believing in this shit. Not y'all, but y'all back there. Not y'all in the front, but y'all back there. I just listen. How come I can't put on my wig, roll my neck, and y'all don't vote for me? Is it because I don't be like Trump the devil? Because I'm gonna just be like all of them. I mean, I got a few Jen and Demon friends, and they all look like them people. They look just like them people. So I'm sorry if I can't say Trump the devil when all of them look mm-hmm, real shapeshifty to me, including some of the black ones. Jessica Flowers, I could tell by your profile picture that you watch my chat and you be mad because you look real hefty. And I love the big ones. But just by your comment to me before I blocked you, you look like one of them type of people that be like, I can't stand her with her skinny ass. She need to eat something like a sandwich. Speaking of sandwich, I ate nothing all day. She done got me hungry. She done got me real hungry. Damn, I done got hungry watching this skinny bitch. That's what she looked like. I was gonna let her stay even after she insulted me, but then I looked at that profile. I was like, nah, cause she in here hating, and I don't need no hateration or holleration in this dancery. She looked hungry. Mm-mm. I can't stand that skinny bitch. She always wearing them little skinny clothes, wearing those skinny people's shoes, and doing skinny people stuff. I can't stand her. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Next up, Ray J. He got a lot going on, ain't he? Ray J got a lot going on. He said that he humped on Sexy Red, and I happen to believe him. I mean, I could see if he was like an IF Beyonce, then we'd be like, come on, bruh. That's that dope. But saying I humped on Sexy Red, people be like, And I only say that because of her image. Hoochie coochie, hoochie coochie. If I made a song called Hoochie Coochie, if my whole image was Hoochie Coochie, coochie hole brown, booty hole brown, coochie hole pink, hoochie coochie, hoochie daddy shorts, gonorrhea lipstick. If somebody like Ray J said they humped on me, would it be hard to believe? And y'all, people was insulted. They was like, Ray J has to be on dope for lying and saying he slept with Sexy Red. Meanwhile, Sexy Red is like, hoochie coochie, hoochie coochie. When he said that, I was like, okay. And then I seen people was upset with him and stuff. I was like, wait, when did Sexy Red get such a ladylike image? I didn't know that we didn't. I didn't know she was gonna be offended. I thought she was gonna be like, yep, and it was good. I think he humped both Sukihana and Sexy Red at the same time. It makes sense because they both let that young man walk them on dog leashes at the same time, and Ray J was tied to Sukihana and now Sexy Red. I believe that they may do that in the industry because they don't have a lot of talent. I believe it. I believe it. He slept with Sukihana. He say he slept with Sexy Red. That boy and Ellie Chopper walked them with dog leashes while they was on the ground on all fours with dog leashes. Ray J has them both in common, and they got that in common. So do I believe that they may prostitute and toot? Sure. For beats and careers? Sure. Do I think that more talented people have done it? Yeah. So do that seem a little far-fetched? Hell no. But that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to see if he slept with Hoochie Coochie. I, if he said he did, he did. If she say he didn't, he didn't. Shit. Both is true in my mind. He did and she didn't. God damn it. So I believe that happened. I believe it did and didn't happen. When dealing with Sexy Red, sure. I believe she didn't. I believe he did. If that makes sense. And if it doesn't, it's supposed to make sense that way. I'm just going to read Ray J. See what he has going on. A hoochie coochie man, a hoochie coochie mama, listen. Stay updated on my listing appointments. I am. A hot ass stanky mess. Just this whole topic alone makes my nose smell like I smell the sterile stench of a clinic, of a hospital. It smells very sterile in my nose, like hospital grade cleaning supplies in my nose. I don't like it. They about to round him up, Queenie. You smell it too, Carol? Mm-hmm. That disinfectant, sterile smell of a clinic or a hospital. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, the soul, and the collective energy of Willie Norwood Jr., Ray J. Sexy can I just pardon my manners? Girl in a ticket, tennis and a tennis. All I wanna know is sexy can I? Sexy can I hit it from the back and I hit it from the neck and you like it like that and I hit it from the front and it's in it like that and it's in it in the tip. Sexy can I? All right, Ray J, what you gotta say? Please compel Ray J to speak to me from his spirit and his soul's perspective. Keep absolutely nothing hidden from me, Ray J. You are not permitted to lie to me here. I think the industry is done with Ray J. And I think it's because he's done so much dirt that he's a liability. So they kind of have to let him dangle and self destruct. It would look away. It would be too suspicious if they took him out or something, because it'd be like, dang, why y'all coming after Ray J? You know? But no. I mentioned before that the old guard is out, the swamp is being drained. Ray J is a part of the old guard. He's been a bottom feeder for the old guard and so many industry shenanigans based on the old guard of the industry. If they fall, AJ or Ray J might not fall because he doesn't have that much of a platform to fall from, but he will get touched too because he's in the middle of so many different conspiracies. I believe he's intricately involved in so many conspiracies. So yes, I do believe that Ray J, I believe that something happened with maybe when the Diddy stuff, the Jay-Z stuff, and recently the Big U situation. I believe something has Ray J feeling less valuable and less safe. And I think he's kind of been self-sabotaging because I think he anticipates the new position he's in, that he may not be in such a valuable position anymore. And so now I think that he's starting to tweak out because he can kind of see a writing on the wall. I pick up a scent of fear in him, a fear in him. And I think it's because he probably knows, I think from the way things are going on around him, I think he thinks like shit could hit the fan for me. They could throw me to the wolves too and make me a fall guy because I did so much stuff for them. Dr. Too Hot, I did speak on that, and my key takeaway is you guys be careful out there because y'all got the wrong administration to protest with. If you want to be safe, be safe. But I believe that they will use these protests to further lock y'all up, have whatever force and justification they need to do so. Ray J, what's going on with you these days? It seems like you're falling apart. Why does it seem like you're falling apart? Is this an act? Is it fear? Is it you getting ahead of something? Is it drugs? What is it, Ray J? What's going on with you currently? What's in your energy currently? Willie Norwood Jr. I think that Ray J's position is no longer secure. I think that it was. I think that he served a purpose. He had a job in the industry. And it wasn't Scooty Bikes. Is that what they're called? Scooty Bikes? It's not Scooty Bikes. It's not Love and Hip Hop. It's not whatever else he's been saying as his claim to fame. It's not that. And I think now Ray J is out of a couple of his jobs. And I think his position is no longer secure. His sources of income are no longer there. The old guard is falling. So his position is no longer secure because the old guard employed him. Their shenanigans aren't shenaniganing. Now his money is funny. Whatever his position was as the Grim Reaper and beyond, it's not safe anymore because business ain't going, like everybody in trouble, everybody hemmed up. The block is hot, so it can't be business as usual. That creates a problem for Ray J. But I believe his source of income is tied to a bunch of shenanigans, that can't nobody really keep up with right now. And I think for Ray J, that puts him in a very unsafe position, not just monetary, but in case somebody needs to take the blame for something, Ray J is low enough and high enough to do it. High enough meaning he's had proximity to a lot of people. Low enough meaning he can be thrown to the wolves. I think he was a runner, a do-boy of some sort, Knight of Wands. I think he did a lot of things. I think he was a liaison in between a lot of parties and for a lot of things. I think he was a liaison. I think he was a curator. I think he was a procurer. I think he was a pimp. I think he was a drug runner. I think he was a booty bandit. I think he was a hitman. I think he was a lot of things. I think in the past, his position came to a stop. Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a result of his work coming to a stop. Yep, a procurer of whatever. He specializes in procuring whatever. I think it came to a sudden halt. His operation, whatever he was currently most heavily involved in, it came to an abrupt stop. Ace of Cups, he will continue to... Well, somebody in the chat just said his name came up in the Diddy trial. I believe it did with this card. And I believe him doing a lot of silly stuff on social media may be a distraction. If the headlines that he gives us take precedence, then nobody will pay attention to his name being brought up again in Diddy's trial, because I think it came up before as the drug dealer, yes. So now he's online making a fool out of himself, starting stuff with Sexy Red. It's a distraction for him. He doesn't want us digging into the things that people was just talking about him, about drug dealing, Whitney Houston. He doesn't want that. Now all of a sudden, oh, I fucked Sexy Red. Oh, no. Let's stay focused, people. I need a cholesterol reading. My labs are fine. I look great. I smell amazing. And you're here in my chat where you were before you got blocked. Came all the way in here to insult me. It's called power. It's called mind control. Ray J will continue to do whatever he can to distract you guys from his name being brought up in Diddy stuff and us actually paying attention to things. And the more people clock him, the more outrageous he'll be in the media, the more he'll make a fool out of himself. You're right, Phoenix. Crowning him, silence. I need people distracted so that they're not paying attention to the legal stuff that my name is being brought up in. Ray J seems to have a lot to be concerned about right now. He's in over his head. These are things that he's being accused of in Diddy's trial that he can't defend himself from. Not all of them. So the best thing he can do is make us distracted so that we don't make a big deal out of it, draw too much attention, because he won't be able to explain some certain things away or defend himself from it. He's a patsy, though. He didn't even realize the long game is setting him up to do all this stuff. Best case scenario, business can go on as usual until everybody passes away. Worst case scenario, we get caught up. Somebody will have to take the fall for it. Ray J, it was always you. Always the do boys, always the street runners, always, always, always. You're close enough in proximity to celebrities to belong there and not stand out because you're a Norwood, but not a celebrity in your own right to take down anyone that's invested into your brand, like a label. Peddling technology. Mm-hmm. That's what he's been making his money from. Yep. Sure. Technology. Sure. All right. Ray J drug innocent people into this because he was desperate to create a headline. So he'll start with Sexy Red and Sexy like, wait, hold on. He'll start with Nicki Minaj. I think he been poking at her again. That's big enough to distract the people. Poking at Nicki Minaj, that'll get people distracted. He'll use whomever he can to distract the people. So y'all stay focused and don't let Ray J, of all people, play Jedi mind tricks on you. Y'all don't let Ray J make y'all feel unsmart. Don't let it be Ray J. Come on now, y'all. Stay focused. Don't let Ray J think he's that smart. Currently, the riots in LA, that's in the external energy position, provides a good distraction. He's loving it. It's great. It's great news. It's great that it's happening. Burn on, he says. Burn on. People won't be talking about my name going up in this trial for a few days. Maybe longer. What's going on with him currently is because his name was brought up. Some accusations were made against him, and it's in his hopes and fears position. So he fears people looking into them and taking them and sticking with them. Hopes that nobody's paying attention and that we're distracted. The Empress in reverse. I hope everything is well with all the women in Ray J's life. His mother and his ex-wife. I hope that everyone is okay. This could also be Whitney. Let me clarify this, because if I get a fire sign card, let me clarify, Spirit, why is that Empress in reverse in Ray J's outcome? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. Ray J, I'm just going to say Ray J does not like being tied to the Whitney stuff, obviously, but it's not about like, don't tie me to it because I didn't have anything to do with it. It's like, no, it gives him anxiety when his name is brought up with it. Ray J, people will remember you for being tied to Whitney Houston's passing. Your name may come up more involved in that. Also, I'm concerned about his mama and her health. There's the Sun card. Whitney, big Leo energy. I'm going to say two things. For one, Ray J, you will go down as being tied to, at least, if not in the court of law, in the court of the public opinion. You will be remembered for being Whitney Houston's drug dealer, You'll be remembered for having some weird relationship with Wendy Williams when she was in a vulnerable position. Your most notable career attribute will be your association to Whitney Houston, for the good, bad, or ugly, however you end up spinning it. And I wonder how your mother's health is doing when your name gets brought up in this stuff, especially Whitney. I think it causes your mama to have palpitations and get so stressed out that I'm concerned about how her health is going to be affected with your name being brought up. Not saying she's never heard it before, but I think even for her, it's best case if nobody talks about Ray J and Whitney. I think his mama is just like, please, this is the last thing I need right now at this age is to deal with this. And I think that if your mother is affected, Ray J, is because she knows that this could be the thing that does y'all in. And again, I'm not saying that she ain't heard that before. I think everybody at the Norwood household right now, Phoenix, I already blocked Venus because people are trolls. Somebody coming here talking about what are we talking about or stuff like that, they be knowing, but they trolling. Just like somebody talking about this lady again. Why would you be here again? Why the fuck would you be here again? JD, I did a reading on that already. JD, you stay cussing people out. I would hate, I'm glad that you like me because, Lord, the bald head mama head, the mama bald head ass, no, that's JD. What was she saying? Somebody yesterday, or when was that when I was on live? I was trying to keep it cute about somebody, and she was going. Because one thing JD gonna be is what one thing JD is gonna do is block y'all for one, and two, not have no empathy for nobody. I be trying to keep it cute, but she will not. She will not. Who was it? Oh, Milagro. I was reading Milagro, and JD. I wouldn't even listen. I was ignoring her comments. I wouldn't even read them because she was just going. She was just going in. Now, somebody, one of my subscribers told me that they sent that video to her. And here, JD, you was JD. I looked at it, but I was trying to go with the flow with the reading. But I always notice you be JD is always in here letting somebody have it. If I be trying to be cute, just stay out my chat because JD is she don't listen. And I love that. I love that about JD. She is like the baby boss in here. I don't know if she's the youngest out of my mods, but she gives that baby sibling energy that you can't take them. That's what she gives. All right, Ray J, let me see your situation in the past because I think his position of value came to a halt in the recent past. Whitney. Things got too hot after Whitney, and I think he was relieved of a lot of his duties, demoted, so to speak. And JD is still going off right now. Ain't you a fire sign or something, JD? My God, you feel near and dear to my heart. You tickle my Aries moon. I live for it. I live for it. I live for it. My Aries moon be so tickled because I gotta be real cute and diplomatic up here. But my Aries woman be like, yes, JD. She said the North never forgets. She a whole Chicago YN, so excuse JD, y'all. She was raised in the South Side. I don't know if it's the South Side, but anytime I speak of Chicago, I'd be like, it's in the South Side of Chicago. Everything for me in Chicago is the South Side. Raised in the mean streets of Chirac. So y'all have to excuse JD because she was born a thug, raised a thug, and she gonna die, G. Oh, West Side. West Side of Chicago. The South dangerous. I know, but your mouth is dangerous. Detroit, okay. That's where the rest of my family is Detroit. My cousin Cookie, a Detroit player. My Aunt Val that was just here dragging me to the hookah lounge, Detroit players. All right. So when Whitney passed, I think the block got too hot for him. He was relieved of a big duty. A South Side of Erica. You and JD, y'all done hung out before. If not, y'all meet up somewhere and grab a drink or something. You on the South Side, go to JD house though. JD don't go to Erica house because she a South Side of Chicago girl. Don't go over there. Y'all meet up on JD side of town. Y'all get together and then tell me how it was. They robbed you on the South Side of Chicago. Who? Who did it? Names and pictures. I want them. Names and pictures. Who did it? Shit got too hot after Whitney. I think this is Clive. Because I identified this King of Swords in reverse to be Clive when I read Clive and Whitney. This is Clive. Ray J, based on my reading, and I trust my vision. I know y'all here for entertainment, but when I pull cards, I am finding out what happened. And I don't care what anyone else in the world says. When I look into a matter, either with my cards, my astro art, don't listen, don't do it like that. I have to recruit mods on the whim. It has to be on the whim. It has to be a need for a mod at the moment. I only add new mods when there's no other mod in here and the chat is popping off. Don't take it personally. I'm not saying you can't be. You just got to be at the right time, at the right place when I need help. That's how these people became mods. They was just here when I needed help. And they're familiar. I know them. Miss Carol, you from Chicago too? You so sweet. I never knew you was a Southside Chicago thug. She say she from West 97th Street went to Harlan. Fool. Miss Carol say, nah, Chirac, nigga. Brrr, brrr. That's what Miss Carol say. Miss Carol, you be sending me scriptures. I didn't know you be sending me scriptures from the trenches. Miss Carol, you be sending me them scriptures from the trenches. Scorpio and Southside Chicago, Miss Carol. I've been reading you wrong. Cause your name Carol, and you be sending to me them good daily words and messages. I ain't know. I done had you wrong. You more of a drill rapper than JD. Y'all be safe in here with Miss Carol. Y'all be safe. Ain't JD y'all got to worry about. No, it's Miss Carol. It's Miss Carol. Mm-mm. I ain't know you was a Southside player. Let me find out. You be sending me scriptures from the trenches while smoking on one of your ops. Pack. I think that's how you say it. Everybody in here from Chicago, huh? Straight do you. Man, let me find out, Miss Carol. Let me find out. Let me find out you sitting up here in the live with a shiesty on right now. Let me find out. Let me find out you typing through the cutout part of the shiesty. You can only see the keyboard through the cutout part of the shiesty. Let me find out. You be sending me them daily words with a shiesty on. I ain't even noted. I ain't noted. I ain't gonna never look at your daily words the same no more. Mm-mm. I ain't even gonna read them in the same voice that I used to narrate them in. Now I'm gonna have to read them in my little Dirk voice. Fatherless activities. Now, why would you say something like that? We all have fathers because we're alive. Duh. You people are the unbrightest. Anyways, Ray J, good luck to you because you won't be able to escape the grasp of the Whitney um, associations. It will come up in the future. You will continue to have to try to show out online to try to dilute the conversations that come up in the Diddy trial. I do see, though, you do have a good reason to be concerned because after, I believe, this man that I believe to be Clyde, after he used you, then he kind of stopped using you to do the jobs that they had you doing. Now you got to go over here with the bottom feeders and be around, Blueface and Whack 100 and all of them. But you used to be a little more high, upper echelon. You got demoted after Whitney because the block got hot. And if anybody's name is allowed to be attached to it, it'll be yours. You're welcome. I would say call me, but I don't even think you can afford my reparation fee right now. And Whitney is my new ancestor, so I wouldn't touch you. I wouldn't touch you with all the money in the world. Yep, when the people caught on, he got demoted. The block got hot. And who else am I supposed to look into? Elanisha. Because me and my members are going to talk about revelations from the original oracles, the ones who birthed the prophets, the visions of these days, the end of an age, not the end of the world. I'll tell you guys what the oracles really said before man tweaked them and touched them and subscribed them to John, Jacob, and what other man ain't never dreamed a vision, ain't never prophesied. Anyways, that's what we'll be doing. Someone asked me to go through Revelation since I touched on it last week and kind of gave a new light. Remember I told you guys about 2020 and the rapture and all of that? Yeah, we'll dig into it tonight. Let's take a look at Elon and Trump and see what this farce of a theater show of their relationship is going on, because it's definitely a theater show. Nothing going on here on Earth is relevant. They are busy hashing out the details of who gets access to what deity, what God in their energy, what energy source that they call planets, that they get to try to colonize and claim. Unsuccessfully, might I add. That's a little free divination for them, a little free fortune telling. If any of the elites want to know, failure. Failure! Utter failure. Failure. Remember, dear elites, remember when they thought that they would build a tower with technologies that could reach and compete with that of the source, the God. And then what happened? You guys call it the Tower of Babel. It went a little different, but we'll call it that for now. What happened? Failure. Utter failure. Your technology even then Even with the advanced technology that you had then that you've been trying to recreate now, failure. This one's free. You will fail, and you will do so miserably. And your children who inherit your dream, they will fail too. And they will join you in the ranks of failure on the other side until one is born into your family like the Messiah to set you free from the delusion and failure that you have made a generational curse. Failure. I can tell you now. I see it just as clear as day. Failure. Failure. It was failure then, it's going to be failure now. I look into the past to know the future a lot because nothing is new under the sun. It's the same end goal. It's the same spiritual battle that we've been fighting. So it's not hard to predict certain things when you know what's going on. When you're just looking at things at a mundane level, then you can get confused. You can get discombobulated. But just knowing that this is a spiritual battle about races and species, people, groups, species, races of humans, and other races of creations, then you understand. A karmic loop until we unloop out. They're also searching for the Holy Grail, the fountain of youth, the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. Or they're searching for enough of it because they can find it in a certain people group, but they need such a lot. They need the entire population of the black delegation for one little drop for one of them. But they feel like they can find it in the solar system, so they say. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of both Elon Musk and President Donald Trump. They seem to be quarreling, they seem to be fighting, or at least playing the game for the people so the people don't give them a hard time while they're trying to roll out their whatever. What's going on with Elon and Trump? What is the energy currently in their relationship? For the people who believe that they're on good or bad terms or whatever they've been doing. Some people have been saying the girls are fighting, breaking up with each other, all this stuff. I'm not entertained. I'm bored. They bore me. The man who sits on the chair is not the man who controls the chair, I believe, but the man who controls the chair may be getting sick of the man who has power over the chair. The man who sits in the chair, he doesn't assert all of the power of that position. He has to share it. And I believe sometimes it becomes a problem because I believe even Daddy Elon does things that make it difficult for Trump. Even if Trump is like, yes, I owe you this presidency, but don't make it so obvious because that makes my job as a placeholder president and as somebody that has to do your bidding, it makes it hard. So just don't be so disagreeable all the time. I believe Trump gets a little frustrated because Elon isn't human all the way. He doesn't carry a consciousness like I do. I can't say you and I because I don't know all y'all. I don't know who all is watching me in here. Okay. Like some of us. And so dealing with his species, it's difficult. I believe a lot of politicians and elites deal with this species, whatever they are. And I think they're annoying. But they have to deal with them because they're very, very, very powerful and rich. I think that that's probably what Trump hates the most, is dealing with that species, because they're so powerful and ancient. They know every damn thing. They control everything, want to control everything. And humans get tired of being slaves to deities. You calling me psychotic, but you've been in here listening and then you got in here to type and call me psychotic? I hope you're not calling me psychotic. I hope you're calling Elon and them psychotic. I don't even want to check. I don't even want to know. Don't even care. All right. Could just put a name on it next time. I'm agile. Oh, not anymore. Two of Pentacles in reverse. I think that the issues come in with Elon and the Dodge and all of, the money thing. I think that, didn't they say that that's where they parted ways or something? Dodge isn't really dodging anymore. Something going on like that with Dodge being out or something like that. I really do think that Trump doesn't like the fact that he has to be BFFs with Elon. I don't think he enjoys it. I think they can see eye to eye on some things, but I don't think he enjoys it. I think Trump likes to be in charge. I don't think he enjoys having Elon's sack on his head. I don't think that he enjoys having to do things the way Elon does. Believe it or not, I think that even if Trump agrees with some of Elon's ideas, I don't think Trump wants to roll them out the way that he has to. Not all of them. I don't think he wants to be as much of the bad guy. I think that he still might agree, but Trump may have a different way of doing it that's less aggressive and abrasive to people. Elon, though, yes, because he's still human. Elon, though, does not care. He doesn't care about the humans. He cares about the control and getting it done, because Elon has a little bit more urgency. Elon doesn't want to die a human in a human body in this human world. If he can make it out, he feels like he'll be safe from judgment. So he'll continue to try to shift his consciousness into different avatars until his technology can evolve and find a way for him to evade Earth. And that's why I said failure. You're going to be judged. Even if you leave this avatar, this body, as you like to call it, avatar, the next one will, and the next one will. Your technology will fail you. The bodies that you use will fail you. There really is no escape. You're just making it difficult for humanity at this point. I digress. That was just a little side message that the spirits told me to slip out. Past position. I believe Trump signed a lot of order, made a lot of changes. But I think that he just communicated them and wrote them. I don't think that all of them were his idea, because this is an ace. I think some of them were some other people's, but all of them he has to be the face of. The Lovers. Now, this is a Gemini card. Elon and Trump ain't going nowhere. This almost has the same imagery of the devil. The only difference is consent. And because it's a Gemini card and Trump is a Gemini, he consented to this buddy-buddy situation with Elon when Elon saved him from prison. So you gotta like it. Trump has gotta like it. They're buddy-buddy. And Elon represents a master race. And so it's not just Elon, it's his race, his kind. Trump doesn't want any problems with whatever species this is, the alien people, whatever they are. He doesn't really want to upset them. Other presidents and politicians have tried to go against them when they've backed other leaders and people like that, because Elon ain't their first person, you know. They're ancient. They've been here before the presidents. Others have went against them and failed miserably. Might not even be here to talk about it. So Trump has to. He has to be buddy-buddy with these things. See you later, Wild Real Shorts. I think Trump's problem is that I don't think Trump wants necessarily to destroy America the way they're doing it vis-a-vis the people. I don't even think ICE is 100% Trump's choice, or at least the way they're doing it. Now that's Elon. Fuck humans. It's about whatever his bottom line is. F humans. So if Trump comes off real dictator-like, not saying that he's not on one, but he'd be less on one if he didn't have that thing attached to him. Queen of Cups in reverse. There's a woman in the midst. Oh, women-born people. Anybody born from a woman naturally, like a human. And the mother god. The mother god. Who sent, according to some ancient texts that I have read, sent beings from the sea to teach humans civilization. The trolls aren't going to like what I'm going to say next, so I may save it for my members chat. Some untrolls may not like it. I'm just going to say this. The war is on humans. You heard exactly what I said, JD. Am I a witch? Absolutely. My pretty. Fetch me my broom. Let me fly off to the moon. Humans. Born of the water of woman. Because remember the world, the earliest civilizations were matriarchal. I mean, how can you have a world and a civilization born, but not from a mother, from a father? I've also mentioned that esoteric circles and orders and the secret society groups that aren't so secret anymore, matriarchal. Now, except for the Abrahamic one, Hebrew religions, they're patriarchal, but a lot of what they base their religion off of, matriarchal. Elon is fighting a war on humans. Trump is a human. He has to pledge his allegiance to whatever species Elon is, but Trump is still a human. So that's where we see the dissonance become between them. Elon says, F the humans. Trump is like, well, hold on, bitch. I'm human. Elon is like, yeah, but you're different. You're one of us. And Trump is like, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. I'm aiding and abetting on a war against humanity. From alien bitches dressed up like humans. The old guard is being thrown to the wolves, unless they kiss the ring, pay the extortion fee, or do whatever the new guards in town want them to do to humble themselves. The old guard, the ones who are no longer in power and did not want to help Trump and didn't want to allow Elon an earlier seat to the presidency. Nobody else was going to let Elon buy them. No other president. Trump ain't had no choice. So Elon saying, F everybody. I didn't like none of y'all. Never did. My job here is to destroy humans. JD, now you know I talked to you about this before when we talked about Genesis 1 and 2, but maybe you checked out of that early. That's a question for the normies here, not the members, because we already know why they hate the humans so much. But I will remind you, and I will give this freebie away to the normies, except for a right away, because he's talking about what are we looking at. You came here to be a distraction. Oh, you know why? Okay, then I won't give it to the normies. Okay. Two of Swords, Trump and Elon, and they're poking around into the government's finances so that they can find how to allocate it themselves for their travel, the travel attempts. I know you know, JD. The sun, niggas. Am I supposed to say that just so freely? Ninjas, black people, children of the sun, black people, black people. The original children of the sun and the original sacrifice. When they say Abraham sacrificed or had to sacrifice his son, and then later on they say God sacrificed his son, that is a principle of what other people who are not native and indigenous to this earth made up. We must sacrifice the children of the sun so that we can thrive, so that we can have the birthright. Do I have some crack? You're right on time. You trolls always show up right on time. I know when to expect y'all when I get to popping my shit like this. Come on out the woodworks. I'll wait for you, because I'm going to say it. The sacrifice of Abraham. The sacrifice of the Christ. The Son. Lion of the tribe of Judah. Lion, isn't that the zodiac sign of the animal of the sun? Children of the sun. People indigenous to this earth, the first people that the sun looked down on and kissed. The ones who brought civilization here. We learned it from the deities, from the sea, they say. Came up out of the sea and taught us civilization. And who did we honor? Our mother. We are the Holy Grail. Our entire population talking about hiding the Ark of the Covenant, it's dispersed. It's called the diaspora. It's dispersed and mixed. You don't know who. Mm? Hopes and fears for Elon and Trump. Black people. For one, failure. They will continue to attempt. They will continue to attempt to dismantle the U.S. and dismantle the Constitution because they need to do so. Not making America great again. Now, there are some that are trying to keep America strong, but the other race, the ones and those that are allegiant to them, that are pulling for the one world government, although it already is now, it's just not fully solidified. They will continue to change the way the U.S. looks, taking away things, doing things different. So you guys will continue to feel like the U.S. is crumbling, but it's all going according to plan. As for Elon, as for your long-term goals, because I see what they are, failure, my dear. And that's for free. That's for free. And it's for free because I'm glad to deliver that. I want to look into this. Black people, indigenous to the earth, not just black, but indigenous to the earth, the first human beings, original human beings. We're in the hopes and fears position. Remind you, I said this is a species war. This is a spiritual war. Now I'm going to have to give the normies the tea to explain why the sun is here. Because I can already smell a lot of other races that are not black watching this being upset and offended. Not my problem either. This isn't even from a place of pride. If I was white, you know what I'd say? Black people, you guys are in the hopes and fears position. And let me explain why. You know, as somebody who has a gift of vision, for those who wish you had things like you could do things like this and covet people with gifts like this, don't. For one, there's no fun in seeing things that you can't necessarily change. It's not always fun when what you look out into the horizon of your mind's eye to see ain't a beach or a party. That's where I am now. You know, before I say this, doing this on YouTube, because I do much more readings since I've been on YouTube than I would do if I was just still doing them for my clients. Seeing this, doing this has made my soul weary in a way. It's given me hope, but it's also aged me a little bit because I find myself saying, Lord, 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 you know, what it makes me sometimes feel like I'm just glad I won't be around to see some of this. Thank God. And I heard older people say that before, but until I can look out on the horizon and see things, like the way I am now, there was still a little bit of innocence about the world and life I had about myself. Now there's a sense of hopelessness that I carry around with me because I can see the things that will not change anytime soon. And by anytime soon, maybe not even in this age, because they've been the way they are since the beginning of our time. And that makes me hopeless a little bit because the optimism in me wants to believe. I want something to believe in. I want someone to believe in besides me. The sun and the outcome, the hopes and fears, Black people. First and foremost, in Memphis, I know you guys have been upset about those supercharged supercomputers that Elon put there, and I talked to you guys about this on a reading here too. I told y'all about what they were going to be doing, not just sucking up a lot of your water source, but your consciousness too. And you would see an uprising in violence when they got ready to power up these things, because they're going to be sucking not just water but energy. Those of you nestled along the Nile, unfortunately, if we do not remember who we are or find out who we are, and it's not my place to say it because I could say it just plainly, but it hits different when you seek it out and then you find it and it changes your life, versus when somebody just tells it to you before you're primed and ready to receive it. Until you do, we will become weaker and weaker and weaker because they are siphoning and sucking and siphoning our energy in so many different ways. Memphis, they'll be sucking it out of the waters with those supercomputers. I don't know what to tell y'all because protesting ain't gonna help. I would say move, but children of the Nile, everybody in Tennessee that's Black and that believes in their ancestral spirituality should be putting their woo together. I'll join you. Y'all just let me know when the Zoom meeting is, when we arrange and everything, and I'll put my woo with you. But you need to get together with your indigenous woo to fight back spiritually. This is the time. Now is the time. Regulators, mount up. Now's the time. Now's the time to put your candlesticks down from fighting each other because this girl's sleeping with your baby daddy, or this person broke up with you and you mad, or you don't want somebody to break up with you. Enough. We got big team to worry about right now. Memphis could use our help. Elon is concerned about not being able to do his thing in Memphis with those supercomputers. And it's not just going to affect your water supply again. When they power them up, and when the water from the Mississippi starts boiling and bubbling and flowing, so will your energy with it. And they will be teaching this supercomputer through your consciousness. You'll get dumber. That supercomputer will become more humane. You'll become lower vibrational. That's why I said the violence, you'll see an increase in violence there. It'll be sucking the humanity right out of you, powering it into this technology. But what do I know? Just a Black girl in a wig that they be trolling like I don't know shit. Like I'm just here to talk about freak offs. You guys can throw monkey wrench in the plans energetically, not protestingly, energetically. Call me if you don't know what to do. Call me if you don't know nobody. But I'll help. I gotta be tagged in though. I don't force myself upon anybody. If it was my city, I would. But the people have to regulate before you guys get the big heavy duty spirits to move behind you. You gotta, faith without works is dead. Y'all got plenty faith but no works. And I mean we, collectively as a people. Poverty. Poverty is what will come from them powering up those supercomputers. Some of you guys will be getting sick in Memphis. Crime and poverty will increase. So will immorality. But it don't just stop at Memphis. It doesn't just stop at Memphis. It's already happening through various means, throughout society to harness our energy. We're already giving it. I'm just saying this would be a generator, turning a generator on. It do you guys some physical harm. You guys would get sick. You guys would see an increase in poverty and crime. There will be physical ramifications of them powering up that machine. It'll start on the energetic level first, but they already do this through various means throughout society. A lot of the things that you guys consider fun, if I told you guys not to do them and why you shouldn't, then it'd be like, okay, well, she lives a prudish life. But when you're aware of all the various measures of warfare that you're really under, why you just be thinking everything is just everything, then it's hard to just live normal. Black people, Tower of Babel, we things in the world for all people don't have to go down like this if we move differently. It start with us, but we can change the landscape of the world. And I'm not talking about by getting together and pulling together our physical resources either. Mm-mm. That's what I got about Elon and Trump. Hope you guys were able to follow. If you weren't, so sad, so sorry. I'm almost too tired to do the Revelations breakdown. I may come back tomorrow because maybe I didn't express what I just saw and what that means, but this is where my hopelessness comes, because ain't nobody gonna give no fuck after this live is over. And nobody knows me but us. So we're a small light. Yes, we can be the change that we want to see, but I would love to be alive to see a major rebalance in the world. And unfortunately, the people who are almost responsible for doing it, if it's going to be done, incapacitated. If the revolution were to start in the way that it should, Black people would fight against it amongst themselves, because it would have to start in-house. It would mean we'd have to start sifting amongst ourselves. We think it's about unity, but you only unite with equally yoked spirits. We would have to weed out And if we weeded out the people keeping us from assuming our position, then it'd only be a handful of us. And then the handful of us would get discouraged. Sure can't, because they'll drag you down. How many of them slaves said, Massa, Harriet outside again. She's sneaking off with them people. How many of them we had? Y'all's gonna make it bad for us. They's gonna catch us. And they's gonna beat us even more. Eyes ain't going nowhere. Y'all's gonna make it worse for us. Thank you, Miss Carol, because doing that Revelations would take me in. This was heavy for me. I hope you guys get it because this is heavy, especially in Memphis. I know y'all think these protests and stuff, and I know I saw some people protesting in Memphis. I commend you guys for waking up to that, to knowing that you should be fighting against that supercomputer. Now I need you guys to know, talk, 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 talk. Our voices should be gone by now. Let's get about that action. You see what Haiti did when they was about that action? When they conjured up our ancestral spirits who are here with us, just waiting on us to remember them. Beat on some drums. Now the world may have punished them, but that's our responsibility to stick up for and defend Haiti. When we saw them getting independence and being revolutionary, the rest of us should have joined suit. That would have stopped them from being able to bankrupt Haiti like that. That ain't just Haiti fault. We be like, oh, the Haitians, yeah, y'all did that, but y'all poor. When we saw that they called on the spirits and the spirits was willing to step for us, the rest of us should have, whoa, 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 whoa. We sure should have. Go heads rolling. We should have. You know what happened? White people scared of voodoo and shit like that. They scared. They scared. The fear would have paralyzed them. We wouldn't have had to fight them too much. Seeing all us naked, possessed, bloody, dirty, drums going, adrenaline pumping. They can feel the vibrations from the drums and the foot marches, the dancing, the music, the shouting, the energy from the gods. They would have fled into the swamps themselves. But we didn't. We failed them. Child. It ain't been right since. Child. Child. That's why I be weary in the soul. And I just be hoping that me on this platform is doing my part, what I can do. And if anybody wanna, you know, get some woo together to strengthen them over there in Memphis, I will this Sunday. I'm gonna do some woo for y'all in Memphis to strengthen your spirits. Strengthen your spirits. That's what you need. Strong spirits. You got strong minds. You got strong wills. You need strong spirits. Cheers to LA. Cheers to Memphis. And I mean the brothers and the sisters there, not the towns themselves. Cheers to the brothers and sisters in Memphis and in California. Take a sip for them and for the ancestors. Power to the Mexicans. Power to the niggas. Power to the Zoles and the rest of the Caribbeans. Asian brothers and sisters, we see you. We see you. Power to the biological women, Corey, because you could never. Power to Palestine. Power to Jamaica. Listen, rep y'all sets. Put y'all people in here. Empower your people on this Monday, this day of the moon. Where y'all from? Power to your people if you're in here. Power to your people, except for the Aryans. Enough power for you. If you're white in this chat, then you understand. I don't need to say power to y'all because you got enough. England, I can say hey England, but not power to England because I mean I'm in the States because we had to run away from y'all power. I'm under a constitution because y'all had a lot of power. Power to the Gullah Geechee and other tribes in the Americas. That's all we got in here. Shake something for you, shawty? Hell no. Hell no. Indian born English. Shout out to the Indians. How y'all living? How you should be? How you? I'm going to the Indian restaurant tomorrow. Y'all be hiking up y'all prices, but the food. Okay, England, big boss. King sings. Power to the Nigerians. I say, oh. That's it. You grew up in a trailer. Oh, Ronaldo, I'm sorry. I'm what the hell? I'm sorry for Ronaldo. It might get better. I don't know. Who is your ancestors before I say that? Power to all the righteous. Yes, people think Nigeria is racist. I love Nigerians. I don't care if they don't love me back. I like them. Power to the Kenyan people. People ain't got to like us back for us to like them. I got love for the Nigerians. Racist against who? I had one inside my body. And it was great. Shout out to the Igbo Chinedu. That Chine is that it's common because I knew a chi something, but I'm not gonna say. Your closest friends are Nigerians. Listen, the person who changed my life for the better after my divorce was a Nigerian man, a Leo. I don't know if I have a newfound respect for Nigerians or Leos, but changed my life for the better. Definitely did. One of those situations where it's like we don't have to be together forever, but this is an experience that I will appreciate forever. Things don't always have to end up in marriage, but that was an experience that I appreciate. Very valuable experience to my life. And I always value Nigerians for Suya, if nothing else, for the Suya. Y'all got plenty for me to appreciate, but the Suya alone. Suya, music, drinks, and then one of them African men, you know, when they go to dancing up on you and stuff, they be whining too, whining their hips like the Haitian men. Oh, I be like, boy, stop dancing on me like that. Oh, stop with your African self. I like the boys. I like the foreign boys. I like the foreign boys. Treating me all nice and stuff. I was like, "Ooh, you feel like you come from a matriarchal society, like you know how to appreciate a lady and do and did." And made me and made it so impossible for every man afterwards. He ain't got to be my husband. He ain't got to be my boyfriend. Raise the bar. I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do after this, but good luck to these men, cause I got love for Nigeria now. Hold on now. And did. Changed my life, introduced me to trading options. He was like, no, 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 not stocks, options. More risk, greater reward. I said, let me find out. And this was right after my divorce. I had, start my whole life over. He said, no, no man should leave. Even if you guys got divorced, you shouldn't have been abandoned like that. So let me put you on. Let me teach you how to trade options. And, here, you can trade your first options with this. Don't even trade with yours. Let me slide you something because it's a little risky. Use this. This man had me trying to become an ambassador. He was like, you would be a great ambassador. You never looked into it? I said, no, but made me feel real inspired about myself. I said, you know what? I never seen myself that way, but I can do ambassador. I can give Olivia Pope at the embassy. I can. I can. That's a good man, Savannah. Don't just put in you, not just putting wood in you, but life and inspiration and all that good stuff. So shout out to Africa again. I know that's the birthplace of humanity because I felt like a woman, a natural woman with that African man. I felt so strong and submissive at the same time. I did. I felt like I could roar and purr at the same time. I felt real, real, real safe. My nervous system felt very safe there. It was no pressure, no nothing. It was just fun, vibes. Let me do this for you. Let me do this. Here, putting stuff in my mouth. You ever tasted this? Say, ah. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Just no pressure. A bunch of laughs, a bunch of suya and cognac and whiskey, a lot of Hennessy, a lot of whiskey and suya, a lot of whiz kid, but it was vibes. Did I say shout out to Africa? Shout out to Nigeria. Just nothing but vibes, no stress, no pressure, none of that. No mind games or nothing. It was just real, just easy breezy. Informational, educational. I learned things. Child, that's how you get a woman like me. You don't just be trying to put stuff in me that can't stay there. Put something in my mind and my spirit too. I like to learn. Listen, if a man has something that he can teach me, oh, oh, you kind of smart, ain't you? Oh, you know a little something, don't you? Teach me, daddy. I'll say daddy. I got daddy issues. I don't call no man daddy, but teach me. Yes. Walking around here with a good mind, educated, knowing something, got some foo and soup. Yes. Shout out to the Africans, to the motherland. I don't care what no other foundational blacks say. We is one. We is together. We is together. This us and this y'all, and then this us together. You from Egypt? Shout out to you over there in Egypt. Yes, for the jollof. Yes, for the jollof. You trying to shoot your shot? Because he said, I'm from Egypt. I'm technically African. He said, technically, I got what you like, baby. He said, technically, since you like Africans, Egypt is the original Africa. He said, he said, matter of factly, since you like Africans, my name is Pharaoh. Pharaoh Cleopatra Jones Jenkins. You ain't never met more African leader than me. He said, shit, I got Africa for you. I sure do. Pharaoh Cleopatra Jenkins Johnson. I like you too, my African king. Yes. Yes, Hakeem. Yes, Pharaoh. Yes, my king. Not John Witherspoon. Egyptians make great tea. Have some of this Latin love. Not the men's fighting over me internationally. Have some of this Latin love, mamas. What you cooking? Okay. What is you cooking? Okay. My Nubian goddess. Yes. Come on, Pharaoh Cleopatra Jones Jenkins. Yes. Tacos. Papi. No bueno. I could get a taco from any, I could get a taco from the gas station. I don't like guacamole. You better fix me something else. I want a real meal. Something that you got to cook over the stove. Tacos, they right there at the gas station and they good. Thank you, Teddy Owens. Thank you. All the men's want to tell me I'm beautiful now because I done told them that I don't buy a fork. I like them exotical. Now all the exotical men's coming out the woodworks. How about cheese on toast? I don't like grilled cheese. You must be American. How about this grilled cheese sandwich? He said, look, I got this Kraft cheese here and this Wonder Bread. Now don't act brand new like you ain't come from American niggas. You go ahead and get this sandwich and be happy. Oh, that's British cheese and bread? Oh, I thought he was talking about a grilled cheese. I finna say I don't like grilled cheese. I don't like grilled cheese. It's too much cheese for me. You from Igbo, Kenneth? Is that you shooting your shot? Lord, I done let the Africans know that I done been in the waters and they came up like, eh? Hmm? What is this? Mm-mm. I didn't know I was dog whistling all the African men's out of my subscribers. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord. Meaning of Chinadu is my God is leading me. Oh, that's beautiful. That chin, that chi, that must be the God part because I knew a chitty berry, and it was God something. Do I use Telegram? No, you're definitely a foreign male. No, nope, I don't do, nope, no long distance relationship, no Telegram. I can't get you no green card or no visa. Chi means God, that makes sense. because I know a chiddy berry, however you pronounce it, and I know it was God something. Chi is like Ori. That makes sense. Chi, breath, spirit. You might as well give us your WhatsApp. I might as well, I guess. All kind of the plus and then 2-digit numbers followed by the other long digit numbers gonna be popping up in my WhatsApp. No, thank you. I'm the ideal in the motherland. Really? I can't tell because I thought y'all liked them way thicker than me. I thought I would go to the motherland and they'd be like, what is this skeleton? What is this walking corpse? Have you not eaten? Has your mother not eaten you? Do they not eat in the United States? Eh, eh. She does not eat. What is this, the cancer? I don't think I do that well in the motherland because I'm not a BBW. And I know how y'all like them. I'm slim thick. I'm petitely thick. I'm petite with curves. I get wifed up. I've been wifed up. I always said that wasn't something I wanted to do again. Forget men talking about marriage was not for them, bitch. I got the short end of the stick in my marriage, and I said never, never, unless it makes sense business wise for us to get married. Then fuck no. Unless we were business partners and financial partners, then why do we need to do that? I've been through a divorce and a breach of contract with my business partners, and they breached contract. I don't want to enter not another. I don't trust none of you ninjas. I don't trust you ninjas. My business partner, he breached our contract. My ex-husband, he said he didn't know if he wanted to be married still. He thought he wanted to go back outside. Hell no, I'm too loyal. I'm too real. Hell no, hell no. Marriage? Who said that? Who said that? Wife me? Shit. Shit. How about we just sign this friendship agreement? Let's just get married under the eyes of the Lord. You ain't got to meet me at nobody's altar so that you can run me through that and ruin my life, take my house, my money, and I got to start over from the ground up again because you decide that you don't want the commitment that you entered with me when I was in it. Kiss my ass. Kiss it. Kiss it. No. I'm doing too well for myself not to get married. I feel like these men, listen, which one of y'all gonna sign a prenup? I consider it then. Prenup, I'm putting everything in my listen, everything already in a trust. So don't think I want something from you and don't think you gonna get shit from me. Ooh, marriage and divorce taught me a valuable lesson. When my husband was like, you know what? I think we've been together for so long. I miss being outside. I think you should go visit your mama for a spell in my house that my name on. With our boat outside, my life, my career, my business, hell to the no. And then I cut my business partner off. I thought he was savvy enough to handle friends with benefits. And soon as I said no more vagina, the next week, 2 weeks later, breached the contract. Men are too emotional for me. I can't marry you niggas. I keep it 2G. I'm too real. I'm too good of a woman. Go to Egypt and they gonna want to make me their wife so they can beat me? Keep me home? Don't let me make this squat? Because I can make more money than you can, probably. I'm really talented. No, I don't want you to go. Don't. Do y'all be beating y'all wives over there when she make money and stuff? No, no. I'm gonna require my name be on things. No, require my name is on things, and you ain't gotta put it on there, cause I'm gonna come with my name on some stuff that your name ain't gonna be on, And you just got to be okay with that. If you love me, then you'll sign this prenup. I mean, I signed one too. NDAs, prenups. I'm under a couple of them right now. I'm under an NDA right now. Confidentiality agreement. I've been signing them for employment. I have a couple of those drafted from when I was doing the winning team. Child, I am like the man in the situation. So a lot of men won't want to marry me. No, my moose knuckle is not hairy and I don't have a moose knuckle. I have a vagina because I'm a lady. Not one of these little young girls that you mess with now. They call their stuff a moose knuckle because it's funky for one, and two, it don't hit on nothing. I don't have a moose knuckle. I have a vagina because that's what ladies have. Moose knuckle? That's for these new age girls. They don't even be washing them. Moose knuckles are dirty because they walk on them. They be on the ground. I don't have one of those. I'm chopped and you're blocked. Now, isn't that something? Look at that. We making beautiful music together. I've been here too long shooting the shit with y'all. That's why the trolls starting to think that they can talk to me any kind of way. Because now I'm just shooting the shit and not reading. Imagine a man calling me chop because I said you niggas can't marry me without a prenup. Imagine me working hard to allocate assets for my nieces and nephews for me to leave them behind. And I let a dusty man marry me, divorce me, and take all that I've earned for my nieces and nephews away. I think not. Auntie ain't thirsty for marriage. I don't want to get Egypt and get wiped. Go to Egypt and get wiped up because I don't want nobody putting their hands on me. I see. I wasn't even gonna talk about that man, mama. But in my chat, y'all gotta be careful because what I won't say, the busted babies will. They be saying stuff that I be trying to keep it cute, but they don't. They don't. Y'all don't know them. I'm beautiful as American. No, thank you. I'll probably be beautiful as anything, anywhere I came from. As long as I got my mom and my daddy genes, this face card was bound not to decline. But thank you, my dear. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna keep this going until maybe 8:55, 9 o'clock, depending on the trolls. Start the Yo Mamas? No. I don't disrespect the women. I ain't gonna disrespect these innocent ladies. Their mamas ain't got nothing to do with this. You will, Erica. Have at it. I don't mod my mod, so whatever y'all say it. You from Texas, we country. I'm from Ocala. We country too. I stay in the woods right now. It's cicadas at my window. It's so dark. Ain't no street lights nowhere around here. I'm so country, I stay on a dirt road. You still go to the store on horses? Some parts of Ocala, they do that too. It's cows right in the field over there. It's farms and stuff all around me. So yeah. Ray J lying about sexy. I don't care enough to ask. I'm sorry. I hope that didn't come off rude, but I had a long day. People like Sexy Red and Ray J, I don't care enough to ask about if they humped each other because I don't want to smell anything in my nostrils. And both Ray J and Sexy Red evoke phantom smells in my nostrils. I'm pretty sure he did. Pretty sure of it. I'm just pretty sure it's not something that's supposed to be said. Because then people will be like, Sexy Red, oh, what you doing humping Ray J, and then you'll have to find out that she humps people for all types of stuff in the industry, like beats probably, and songs, placements, clout, you name it. Fucking each other in the industry is how you network. Someday you're gonna meet a beautiful woman like me. She might be pretty like me, but that's about it. No, I'm just kidding. You will. You will meet a beautiful lady to bring around your nieces and even to hopefully give you some babies yourself if that's what you desire. I ain't had nothing come up in my nose when we talk, Phoenix. No, no. I don't think I've spoken to any client and there was something evoked. It's only the celebrities. If we were talking about your hot pocket and how it's been shared, then I might have, maybe not, but we're because the celebrities were always talking about them humping each other and stuff, and they business be out there. That's why I can pick up on that stuff, but I can't just read you and pick up on your hot pocket unless we talk about you slanging that thing. Then I just might be like, oh, okay, you used it quite a few in the past few months. I might not notice anything, but spiritually, if that shit need a detox, then I'm going, girl, rest that thing, air that thing on out. My spiritual nose says that your twat has rank energy. Now, it may not physically smell that way, but the energy is rank. If the energy is rank, then it's only so soon that you end up with something physically going on. So if I smell it before you do, that's your sign to park that thing for a little while, cause something coming. Something's a coming that's gonna require an antibiotic. Okay. And that's okay. I ain't gonna tell you if I smell your spirit. Just if I do, if I be like, park it, just know that I'm saying I smell energy, you twat. And if you ain't careful, the next thing you gonna do is smell it. For real, for real. If I say park it in a reading and we talk about your thing, then just know, let me stop for a while. Let me practice 90 days of abstinence or so this thing can recalibrate. Can I stand up so you can see me? No, bitch. Stop being thirsty. I'm here to offer you my mind and my six senses, not my physical body. That's for OnlyFans, and I don't have one of those, which means that's not what I'm offering to the general public. I be knowing they weird the whole time. I just be letting them be cute. I didn't start enjoying the trolls. I'm getting ready to go. Somebody said Rosia walked up in here at the end of my live. Hey, Rosia. You got 4 minutes, then it's bye, Rosia. Since I asked about the Revelation study, can you start a little later? I get off at 8 p.m., but I come through silently about 7. Okay, I can start doing 7. I was just thinking that 6 was early enough for people to not be too tired, but late enough for people to be off of work. But if y'all feel good at 7, then I can do 7. All right, I'm real tired. Oh, the kids had you in the pool. That's cute. I want to get in the pool. I think my mama took the grandkids to the pool yesterday. It's too hot though. It's too hot to even be in pools. It's only safe here in Florida to go outside when the sun go down. And even then, it still be hot. I sat outside to smoke my 420 last night at like 11 o'clock and was drenched in sweat. Had to take a shower when I came in the house. It's so fucking hot and humid. 84 in Ohio. It was in the 90s here. Y'all enjoy that though. 84 is shit is better than what's going on here because it's too hot to be in the pool even when the sun out. Shit, it's perfect to go in the pool after dark here in Florida because it still be nice and hot, but the sun ain't beating you down. The humidity is the worst because it makes it sticky. Sticky and wet. I got leather seats. My steering wheel was burning my hand today. I had on the AC and had the sunroof open for a little while. And I be having to do that because shit, you be needing both. Need the AC up all the way, the sunroof all the way open. You and Brandon, Angel? I just slid through there. Oh, you did mention meeting us at Clear, wanting to hop in the Uber and meet us at Clearwater. Next time I come your way, I'm going to hit you up before I come there and let you know. So maybe we can link. Humidity, Michael. Humidity. We're talking about the weather, my boy. Yep. These men be thirsty. But listen, to y'all trolls who be thirsty. Oh, Michael, you're not a troll. Listen, but if you were, to any of the other men trolls in here that be coming in here and thirsty, let me tell y'all. And this is for free. So thank me later. If you're not in my live commenting with e-people, meaning internet people, then you would probably be able to go outside and get you some pussy. Some pussy. Because you can't get none in here. Ain't no dussy in here. All you can do is this. Hey, Adina, can you stand up and show me that booty? Hey, Adina, turn around. But you know what'll happen if you just log off? I mean, I ain't talking about you, Michael, though. I'm talking about the rest of the trolls. Ain't no vagina going off in here. Just I-gina. It's I-gina. It's called AI-gina. You got to go and log off. It's outside. And they giving it away for free these days. Let's do it for 70, please. 70 what? Million? And by it, do you mean a consultation? It's 9 o'clock. Trolls, go to bed. Y'all got some self-pleasuring to do.